Okay, so today we're going to talk about a little bit about how your math grade is calculated. Okay, and again, how to be successful in this class. We've talked a lot about it, we've given you a lot of information, but today I just want to give you some more specifics. All right, so first, let me start off and talk about how first to be successful in math class. All right, I got a couple tips for you. I got some tips for you here. Okay, so number one, complete all your assignments on time, right? Now we all know things happen, right? We know things, get in the way sometimes, but do your best to complete your assignments on time. You get more credit when you complete them on time, all right? So we have pretty reasonable due dates for things to give you a lot of time to get things done. So please, number one, complete your assignments on time. The second one is to make sure you keep up with the work and don't fall behind, right? If you do miss an assignment, right? Don't make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, right? Miss one, make it up right away, right? Don't fall behind, right? The students that do, they know it just takes so much more work to catch up because you're trying to do makeup work and stay current with the new work. It's a lot to do. So keep up with the work. Don't fall behind. Third is, just like we've been saying, make up your missing assignments, right? If you do fall behind, make them up, right? Listen, late is better than never. A grade is better than a zero, right? Any number is better than a zero, right? We'll talk about what, late work and stuff that in a minute. But again, make up any missing assignments. Attend and participate in all classes, right? It's so important. Listen, we only have math class twice a week, right? It's important that you're there. It's important that you're participating, right? Getting questions answered, making sure you're making mistakes in math class so that we can fix them together. All right. So important to attend and participate all classes. Work to master topics and improve weaknesses. This is the key, right? I don't want you to just work to work. I want you to work to improve and master topics so that you feel more and more confident as you continue on this mathematical journey with us. Okay? All right. So the sixth one is the key to show improvement, right? If you get better as the quarter goes or as the year goes, that's the most important thing. I have a saying in my class, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? So right now we've already had a start to the school year. We're looking to try to continue and finish strong for the end of the quarter, right? So show improvement. If it's been rough for you at first, get on board, get going, make up your missing work, right? It's all about getting better, right? You can't worry about yesterday. That's gone already. Every day, take one positive step forward and show improvement. All right. So those are some tips. All right. So now let's take the next step and let's talk about what your math grade is actually based on. All right. So it's not based on a ton of different things. The first thing is your effort. Are you completing your homework and your classwork? Right? That's the key, right? Are you showing enough effort to keep your grade in a good situation, right? Remember, every week you have 2 math classes and you have 2 homeworks from those classes, and then you have an assignment on Fridays, right? If those are completed, you are on an excellent course to being in a good place in my class. Okay? The second thing is, like we've talked about in the last slide, improvement, right? How much are you improving? How much are you learning and growing over the quarter? We can see this based on how your homework is improving, based on little Google form quizzes we give you at the end of the week, right? If you feel like you're improving, you're showing it on those things, that will factor in a positive way in your grade. On the other hand, if you're not really getting better, you're not really learning stuff, that could have a negative impact on your grade because your grades aren't getting better. All right. So again, 2 key things: effort, that's completing all your homework and classwork, and your improvement. How much are you getting better? Right? If you're already pretty good, are you able to stay there? Right? So improvement, or for those people that are already like in the A range, can you keep it there? Right? Without dipping, going back down, can you try to keep it there? So effort and improvement is really what your grade is based on. All right. And the last thing I want to talk about, because we've had some questions on this, is your math homework rubric. How are we grading your homework? Okay. So I always tell the students, listen, homework is a place to make mistakes. I don't grade you on making mistakes on homework, right? You can make as many mistakes as you want, but this is what we're looking for. If you want to get 100 on a homework, all right, it has to be completed and it has to be on time with all the directions followed and all required work shown, right? So if we say, for example, recently, complete these 10 problems, show all your work, circle your answer, right? If you do all that and you complete it on time, you get 100, even if you make a bunch of mistakes on there, right? Now, sometimes we want you to go back and take another look at some of the problems and maybe resubmit some things. But again, if your homework is completed on time with all directions followed and all work shown, you get 100, even if not everything is correct on that assignment. Okay? Now, if it's not on time, right, you automatically lose points, right? Homework is completed, but it's late, right? You still showed all directions, you still showed all work, but it's simply a late assignment, right? That goes in as a 75, right? So by just completing stuff on time, you get an A plus, but not completing on time, it goes down to a C, right? So this is why I say about the number one tip was completing work on time. This is what we're talking about. Okay. And then the last thing is you could get from a 0 to 70 if homework is late and it's incomplete, right? Let's just say you turned it in late, but you didn't do all the problems either. You're going to get less than that. You're going to get 70 or less on that assignment. Okay. So this is basically how we're grading homework. All right. So if you have any questions on this, please let me know, because we want you to be clear, we want you to be successful, and we want you to make sure you understand really what it takes to be successful in math class. So if there's any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask.